Good morning, Quad Cities, and happy hump day. We've got another fantastic, beautiful weather pattern in place for us again today. Temperatures a little more summer-like as we get into the afternoon. We're going to see readings top out in the low 80s, but the sky very similar to yesterday. Good deal of sun, couple of clouds mixed in. There's no change to the pattern tonight. It's more clear sky. Again, a few clouds and temperatures holding steady into the 50s. Tomorrow, though, is going to be a little different. Not only is it going to be warmer, it's just going to be a touch more humid, and we're going to introduce more clouds into the afternoon and a slight chance of a shower. This is late afternoon, especially south of the Quad Cities. I would say right after school pickup time. Heading into the evening is when you could see a quick little blip on the radar as these southeast winds carry in a little bit more moisture. And that's just the start of that active pattern that comes in for Friday and into the weekend. We talked a little bit about the possibility that we could see some severe weather on Friday. Sure enough, the Storm Prediction Center now has us in a threat track level 1 out of 5 for Friday and a 2 out of 5, not that far to the west of us. Now, early indications are that these storms are going to be arriving late Friday evening into the overnight hours. We're going to get more detailed timing and, of course, more details on the threats as we fine-tune that forecast, so you'll want to join us back here again tomorrow morning. I'll be able to show you the tornado zones, hail zones, and also the damaging wind zones that we're expecting before we get into the weekend. You may have also noticed this too, pollen levels just off the charts the last couple of days. It is definitely allergy season. Right now we're in the thick of tree pollen season, but shortly we're going to throw some grass pollen into the mix if we haven't already. Then we get a little break towards the 4th of July and into early August before we start talking about ragweed. But if you suffer from allergies, the pollen levels continue to remain high the next couple of days. We get a little bit of a break on Friday thanks to some showers and storms coming in. But make sure you've got whatever remedy you use to make yourself at least feeling a little better anyway. Keep that close by for the next couple of days. It's going to be pretty awful out there. We are now seeing some red appear on the river stage map here, which is some good news. Those are areas that have dropped to moderate flooding. Still have major flooding ongoing here in the Quad Cities, but the trend is everything is falling. And if you stretch this out on the local view on our flood graph here, 18.4 feet here in Rock Island for the Mississippi River, we're expected to get out of major flood stage by this weekend and then into minor flood stage as early as next week. That is certainly some good news. Not so good news for Mother's Day. Right now, that looks like it's the wettest day of the weekend. It's also going to be windy and a little bit cooler. So right now, I would make some indoor plans for Sunday. There will be some drier hours here on Saturday. Of course, we're going to fine tune those as we get closer. But another little bout of dry weather and some decent temperatures expected to come in right into next week.